It has been 6 months since the destruction of Sigma, and little has changed. The Maverick revolt started by Sigma is over, but Megaman X and the new generation of Maverick Hunters have yet to destroy all of Sigma's followers. Led by information gained by Dr. Kane, Megaman X and the rest of the Hunters have tracked the last of the Mavericks to an abandoned Reploid factory. There they hope to wipe out the last of the Resistance. Little do they suspect that real war is about to begin. Megaman X2 versus X-Hunters. Look at that badass.
So, like, is it the game versus the Megaman X Hunters, or is it like a second iteration of Megaman X?
Or something. Hey everybody, this is Alex, also known as Solinus Dracone. With me, as expected, is Pt1 Rambler. Hello, Rambler.
Good day, everybody.
Good day, and today we are going to actually start playing my favorite entry in the Megaman X series. I love it for a bunch of reasons. God, stop this bullshit you're doing, game. God, I hate this. No, you're ruining the moment. Okay, so let's just start the game so that we can actually talk without worrying about the goddamn demo. There's a bunch of reasons that I love this game. But let's go ahead and just get started. Let's actually put some gameplay down.
Oh, there goes Retirement Bot. You know, he just has 3 days left?
Yeah, and I understand that his wife just had a baby.
Oh, yeah, so he's gonna retire, go over to Cyber Bahamas.
Yep. And I think his first kid just won their sports game. Alright, so enough tropes.
Today? That's, oh, hell.
Enough tropes, let's have at you. So here we are in the Reploid factory. Oh god.
You fell on that one.
Yeah, that's gonna probably happen. So, Megaman X2, it's a game that I feel was wonderfully balanced, and we'll get into why here and there. Fuck you, little guy. We'll get into why here and there, but it's just, I think it's probably got the best balance, best lineup of the entire Mega Man franchise.
Yeah, it is sort of like a microbial kind of increase or upgrade from the previous Mega Man X game. I felt like X3 kind of added a little bit too much, but yeah, I could say this one is about right, as you say, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Now let's concentrate for the hardest boss in the entire series.
Really? We're just gonna be doing this now?
Yeah. Well,
you know,
why should we fuck around with this guy?
You gotta stay on the Sarah platform and take the hits as they come. But whatever you want to completely cheese this guy out, that's this is you playing. It's your game.
I'm sorry. I guess I should have specified earlier. This is a dank run. So, all right. What do we got? What do we got? You're not doing your job, bro.
You're Sergi's, man. We talked about it before.
We talked about this. You were gonna take the old dudes because you wanted to taunt X. Fucking get on your job, bitch.
Alright. This is their leader. His name is Megaman X.
No!
Violin!
Fine, be violin, you cocksucker.
Those who underestimate him are now nothing but scrap.
See, I would have given him a much more dignified voice. Okay.
He's the big guy of the group.
We won't make the same mistake. He is powerful, but he is blind to what is happening around him.
Our Mavericks will keep him busy until we are ready.
Yes, how is the plan proceeding?
The collection is proceeding as scheduled. However, we are having trouble with the control chip.
We have little time. We must finish construction on schedule. We must hurry.
Oh, don't worry, we have the standard stable of 8 hunters, so you'll get in the way.
I think it's pretty telling how Violin got like one line and he's not involved in the planning whatsoever. That really does speak volumes about it. So
I mean, it's a standard like Dragon Ball Z Piccolo trope. You know, you have the big strong guy, big dumb guy, whatever. The pretty one grabs your powers. So, you know.
Exactly. So Mega Man X2's boss menu, pretty good. I mean, this is. I don't think they've done it again in other games. Maybe in X3 that they had like the top alignment and then the lower alignment and all that. But basically what we're looking at here is, you know, 4 bosses on either side. And the way that things are divvied up is interesting too. This game did the proper dividing of stages where each stage is definitely going to have a heart tank, obviously. And they're either going to have a capsule or an E-tank. Those are the 2 options. You don't have it where, like in other Mega Man X games, one stage might have both a capsule and an E-tank, and then another stage would just be completely worthless. But either way, no matter what, no matter how we start this off, I always start with Wheelgator, because as I mentioned, this is a dank run, and I want to control this game. The thing about this game is that you can have several different endings and several different boss paths, depending on how you handle yourself going forward. And I always like to start off with Wheelgator, mainly because Wheelgator lets you get the only tool you have for breaking blocks. Now, I understand your normal first choice is Wire Sponge.
Yeah, I mean, usually I do that for the trick where you potentially can get the blaster upgrade from the stage early if you have the Wire Sponge weapon.
True, but for my purposes, I am going to be skipping the arm upgrade for a bit of time here. This episode is going to be the prep-isode, where we're basically just trying to get together a few basic essentials that are going to make this plan come to better fruition. So, in order to get any of those essentials, I need to get the dang wheel. I've always been bothered by this stage, because you got that random rocking and rumbling in the background, and, you know, Mode 7 at its best, right? But that happens even if you're floating. Like, how is the thing happening if you're floating? You shouldn't be jumbling.
I think it is a tank. I mean, like, I can understand like this perhaps is sort of undercarriage to the tank itself, because there is a continual bomb you can see in the screen here.
But I'm just saying, even if you're up in the air, even if you are floating or, you know, jumping, you're just everything still rumbles, and the rumbling that you would see should be as a result of your place on the actual solid ground. The vibrations are different for you.
You know, it's probably just easier to program this way.
Yeah, okay, fine. Be that way. Be that way. So yeah, those shield guys, there's a little bit of a trick to handling them. You fucker! Look at you, you clever girl.
Obviously, they have the trick to dealing with you then, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not complete retards. So, alright. Again, we're getting the Wheelgator's weapon first because that would let you unlock other things. And then after we get that, well, we'll get to that when that happens. But I'm gonna just skip through most of this shit right here.
I ever notice it actually gets later in the day as you go through this stage?
I didn't notice that. That's actually pretty cool. That's one thing that didn't really happen in this game versus the last one, is that what you do in one stage does not affect the rest of the stages. That is one thing I liked about X1. So Wheelgator, he can be a little bit tough if you don't know what you're doing, and even if you do know what you're doing, he can be a little tough. I'm gonna just say, if you can manage to do what I'm doing here, do it. But watch out when he opens that mouth of his. When his mouth is open, you do not want to fire at him because he will eat your bullet. And I don't know if that gives him more HP or not, but I'm not about to find out. You can hit him just before he's got his mouth fully opened, or you can hit him just after he's starting to close his mouth. But if you do fire into his mouth, he will start firing at you. Let's see. No, he doesn't gain HP. Apparently he didn't even start doing the thing. Normally he'll, like, start shooting bullets at you. God damn it. This is going suboptimally, but at least he's not actually using those bullets he ate for any purpose. I could swear I played a version of this game once where he would actually gain HP from eating your bullets.
I couldn't say. I've never actually been aware of that fact.
What, that he eats your bullet? You've never heard of him eating your bullet before?
Never.
Also, those little cracks that he drilled out on the sides of the room there, those do hurt you if you go up against them. They literally turn the walls into spikes.
Never really got that concept, meaning just how fragile X is in that regard. Like, something like that would actually damage him. I mean, that's just careless.
You'd think. But then he does have certain shielding upon him, and he's made of, like, Xtanium alloy or whatever. So, I've skipped this so many times, but let's see what we got. We got... Spin Wheel! Great. Okay, cool. So, since, again, this is the prep-episode, there are a couple things I want to gather, okay? So, before we actually get into taking on any more bosses, and it's important that I do this now, okay? It's very important that I do this now. Once you have defeated your second boss, the X-Hunters will be on the map. That is the point where the X-Hunters join you. So, I want to get together just a few things that I know I'm going to need before the X-Hunters are on the map. So I'm going to start off by going to the robot junkyard. And if I wanted to, I could kill all these bosses without getting their weakness weapons. I'm that badass, folks. But no, the idea here is I am going to actually get what I need from the stage and then suicide. It's going to be completely boring, but you know, this is just how I roll.
Or, you know, you could just edit it out, just saying.
Yeah, I could do that, sure. If you like. So, right here, in the Morph Moth stage, that's where you need it. I've never been able to drill all the way down. What's that?
I always figured this kind of was a bit of a bullshit secret. This is kind of indistinguishable from the rest of the floor, even though you do get the helmet upgrade, which I suppose gives you a pass.
Megaman X, enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your body armor. With it, you can absorb damage and transfer it into explosive weapon energy. Yay!
Thank you for not giving him the Elmer Fudd voice.
Why would I ever? I disagree with what that was all about. I disagree with every bit of that. So yes, as with any capsule you're going to get in this game, it will immediately force you to endure a demonstration. And the thing about the damage that actually charges this weapon up, it's only strictly projectile damage. You do not get any fill-ups from collision damage. It is strictly projectile damage. And what I have found, the single strongest projectiles in this game for doing that are what these guys spit out. I've counted.
Oh my.
4 of those shots will fill you up completely. Now, another good one for that is in the time snail stage. If you get hit by those little crystal gems on the walls, those little crystal turrets, then it is 5 hits to fill you up. So those are apparently the most powerful projectiles in the game, even though they don't do much damage. And of course, I do want to draw attention to a little trope of the X series, is that when you're low on health, look at poor X panting. He's having a rough time.
But he's a robot. He wouldn't... Whatever.
His core is about to overheat. You can obviously assume from that he's trying to get more venting going on.
Well, I suppose.
There's science behind it. There's science, Rambler. If you use your science, then things become better. So alright, I'm just going to go ahead and kill myself the only way I can in this stage, because this is the only stage that I can think of in the whole game that lacks any bottomless pits or death spikes.
You think
Which
this
is
guy
annoying.
You think this guy kills you enough he becomes a war chief?
A war chief? Why are we bringing up Shadow of Blank? Why is that entering this?
It's topical.
Fuck topical, I'm playing a game. I'm enjoying myself. And yeah, y'all are seeing my face this time, mainly because I didn't want to bother with banners, those are annoying to me, to set up anyways. And also because, well, you know, might as well show the old mug once in a while. You don't get to see it.
Oh no, but this does mean less work for me.
Does it? Does it really?
Well, then I don't have to make banners for you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you didn't have to. I was going to be able to do that my damn self. I know how to edit shit in.
Would you really?
Yes, I would. I know how to cut and clip and crop, okay? That much I can do. The only time I've ever asked you to get fancy with your banners is when we did Undertale. And that was your own choice to do that.
I was happy to.
Exactly. So we got the body bit, and we're gonna go get one more thing. In the what the hell ostrich is this? Overdrive ostrich. Yeah, in his stage, that's where you get the leg upgrade. That's pretty essential. I think I don't think anybody can argue that the leg upgrade is probably the most useful of all potential upgrades in any Mega Man X game.
Well, it usually is in all of them, so...
Yeah, it's just that mobility. You know, you need that mobility. I am, however, going to hold off on getting the arm upgrade, even though I could get that as soon as I get this upgrade here and not mess anything up. I'm going to hold off on getting the arm upgrade, because that's going to make a part of my job more difficult if I get the arm upgrade right now. God damn it. See, normally that jump is what gives you trouble. By the way, if you wanted to stop this sandstorm, easiest way, just get on the bike and, you know, do that.
But does it have any real benefit?
It doesn't. It doesn't. You'd think that destroying that is what allows you to get over that initial or that final big jump, but it's not. It feels almost completely random whether or not I make that jump. And yes, I did not bother to turn here.
Well, I suppose it's one less life to burn anyways.
Exactly. It doesn't make any difference. I don't feel like I need to fidget around with anything here. Alright. Little spin wheel is the best one for taking out these buggers. Megaman X, enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your main drive unit. With it, you will be able to dash while in midair. Use it wisely, Megaman X. Get in the van, little boy. I got new shoes for you. Nothing?
Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a lot easier to kill yourself in these stages. Just, you know, jump down a pit or hit some spikes. But after this, then we're going to do one more thing, and then we'll call it an episode. There we go. And I know it's boring. A lot of folks would say, oh god, all the killing yourself you do beforehand. It's only 2 stages I did that in, folks. Now, I'm the kind of asshole that if I'm just playing on my own time, I will go through every single stage, and I will grab out every single one of the things that I can at this point just to give myself more power. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that here. It saves time, and I've already practiced this way. So, very next thing we do, it's time to take on Bubble Crab.
The stage with music so nice they used it twice.
Yeah, right?
Of course, it's kind of auspicious.
It's a nice stage. It's got good music.
Yeah, I was a bit annoyed that they reused it in Mega Man X5 for one stage, so it kind of ruins the whole 8 separate themes for each of the games, right? But then the rope master they used it for is... The guy's name is Duff McWhalen.
Well, I mean, that's more Mega Man X5's fault, though, isn't it?
I suppose. I'm not blaming this for it.
So this G-Crush thing, there's only a couple things I use it on, and this is one of them. One shot. And that guy's annoying. That guy's annoying as fuck. Now, there is the spot where you can charge up all your E-Tanks is located right here, but we'll get to that in another video. We don't have what we need just yet to begin that process. Mainly, we don't have any E-Tanks yet. Now this is a stage that you can find E-Tanks in, but you can't actually access the E-Tank or the heart container until you've actually completed the stage. Now that being stated, I may want to recharge my G-Crush, but these guys take forever to do it, so I won't do that here. I've got better places to recharge my G-Crush. Slight bit of a gauntlet hallway here. Boom, 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 done. And that's another thing I like. The stages are relatively short. That's one thing that that I think other Mega Man games just don't get right, is the stages can be too long. These are just the right length. This game is perfectly optimized to just be a nice, quick, fast, and fun playthrough. You get your action, you get your fun, and then you're on. You don't have to sit around and try to figure out fucking shifting block puzzles. So yes, the weakness of the Bubble Crab is the Gator Wheel, and if I'm not careful, this might be a problem. I better watch what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, Bubble Crab is one of those guys that his movement patterns are very unpredictable. So I'm just gonna duck away from him whenever I get the shot. It is possible by sheer luck to manage to hit him twice in a wheel cycle. Just wear him down, kill his ass.
Seems like it took quite a bit with this weapon, though, but I suppose the grace is you can take his shield down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not weakness weapons per se. They're more along the lines of take away their strength weapons, is what I would call it.
Well, something that's kind of found as I kind of been examining a lot of the weapons in the Mega Man series, that a lot of the best weapon designs are usually based on exploiting a boss's patterns rather than their supposed elemental weaknesses.
You got Bubble Splash. Sweet. And now, cutscene. I see now why Sigma fell at the hands of Megaman X.
Yeah, he was quite a bitch, wasn't he?
He is quite formidable.
I am not sure our Mavericks can hold him long enough.
We may have to intervene, sorry. Yeah,
why don't you? Not like I had anything important to say.
Dr. Kane, what happened?
A group of Mavericks calling themselves the X-Hunters. Yeah, X-Hunters, I can't do quotation marks, you see, I got my cane to hold up. Have just contacted us. Greetings. We have all of Zero's parts.
You kind of
notice
them. You kind of notice, don't you, that the speed of the text scroll is determined. It's kind of indicative of what kind of personalities these people have. Like Sergei's, he's the old man of the group. Well, we'll get more into that, but you see how his text just creeps across the bottom of the screen.
They can be yours. If you can defeat us.
We look forward to meeting you, X.
X-Zero's control chip is still stored here.
Did you notice how his mouth was already moving when his name was coming up? Like, he's saying his own name, like, Dr. Kane, X-Zero's control chip, and blah, blah, blah. It's kind of fun. It's fun.
I doubt it's possible to resurrect him without it. I really have no reason why to bring this up, I mean...
Dr. Kane, I've got to get Zero's panties back. I mean, parts back. At any cost.
You do you, X. You keep doing you.
Exactly. And so now, as we can see, the X-Hunters are on the map. And we'll talk more about them in the next episode, but I want to thank everybody for watching once again. I am Alex, also known as Solinus Dracone. With me has been Pt1 Rambler. Goodbye, Rambler.
See ya.